Okay, here we are back in Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak, and I did a little bit of walking around, and I decided, you know what, I'm not actually gonna buy anything, I'm just gonna save my money. So when you leave the inn, you hear,
You guys hear that?
and then he says,
Sounds like whistling? I think it's coming from northwest of here.
we had some real colorful customers around this time last year. For some reason, they stuck out to me. There was a girl who just about wolfed down the entire bar, and there was this pretty blonde boy. The whole place stopped when we walked in. I don't think they were related, whoever they were, but I swear I saw the guy somewhere before. So that's a reference to Rufus Alborea and what's her face, Lapis from Reverie. Guess the bus has stopped here for the night, safety first and all that. I can put up some of the passengers here at least. Every cloud is a silver lining. This impromptu stop might convince some of them to come back. That'd be nice, eh? And I appreciate having some fresh faces to talk to at any rate. It's always nice to make some new connections. Thought I might be able to bring my market to the village, but I might end up borrowing from its own market instead. Fresh vegetables, royal jelly, they have a lot of things that I could work into my supplements. My company has gone all in on Eastern herbal medicine, and it's really hurting us. This village has perfectly good ingredients that we're just ignoring. So you can hear the whistle now, I hope.
That's rotten luck there.
It's quite the relief that we were able to house the passengers in the meeting hall for the night. It's not ideal, not even proper lodging, really, but it should let them get some sleep. I do worry about accidents like these. Rare though they may be, they've got us all wary. I was worried I'd have to sleep in the bus, but the mayor very kindly offered me a room. I'll happily take it for tonight. I'm sure the company will compensate you as well, so in a way, things are all working out. The goddess works in mysterious ways. Speaking of compensation, I'll talk after this. Been a while since I worked on something this big. All this gear's been collecting dust in my storehouse for ages, but now's their time to shine. Already almost done here. Should have this thing wrapped up within the day. Nope, I don't care about you. Van's pickup truck is parked here. So real quick, just to show you, I still have the 1,000 Sepith, and there's also something else I can grab if you look at the achievement thing. 4,000 Mira, I want to save everything for the next chapter so I can start off with better gear, immediately upgrade it, and so on. I managed to strike up a conversation with that handsome devil. What exactly he was talking about, though, I'm not sure. It was sort of beyond me. But it must have been something profound, something philosophical. My heart doesn't lie. That's odd. I didn't talk to you. Until now, that is. You might have already noticed, but my husband is of Eastern descent. I prefer you keep an open mind about it, unlike some others. He's half Eastern, so some city visitors like to paint him as unsavory, the type with connections to certain underhanded groups. But I assure you he has nothing to do with those folk. Just because he's Eastern doesn't make him related to them. Don't worry, leave the underworld stuff to us, the professionals. Forgot how the saying goes, thou shalt not steal because the government does not like competition. Hey, Gramps, we're back from our rounds. You remember anything new? I do, in fact. It was the week before last. A whole band of them came in and bought all kinds of things. Then their leader came by. She was a real beaut. Now that you mention it, I remember seeing a woman of that description when I came back from a delivery run. That was 3 days ago, I want to say, right up toward closing time. Really? What did she buy? If we know what she bought, we might be able to find a motive. Now, what did I get for her? If I remember, what was it? I can see her pretty little face, but what did she... Gramps, don't you have your ledger? The record should be in there. Oh, yes, of course I do. Let me check it for you. Oh, blasted. It's just too small for these old eyes. Man's on the wrong side of retirement age. You're the one who wrote it, for crying out loud. I'll read it. Okay, so the group from 10 days ago, there wasn't anything out of the ordinary in there. Just your run-of-the-mill supplies. But the captain says here that she bought wire. Lots of it. Camp boundary, maybe. Battle lines. Why would she go out of her way to buy wire in the middle of a retreat, though? And this was during her first stop at the village, not the second. That might be important. One more question for you. She buy anything else? Rations, ammo, stuff like that? Nope, just the wire. Nothing, huh? Thanks for the info. This will help a lot. Give Victor my best, yeah? Man, wasn't expecting I'd struggle to read my own ledger. Father Time's taking me to task, I reckon. I'm just glad I have such a good grandson. Sorry for the mess right now. I'll have this cleaned up in a sec. Grandpa's really gone downhill since we lost my parents. I can't blame him at all. Wish I could stick close and help him more, but I have deliveries to make now.
Hello?
Okay.
So long.
Can't go upstairs, that's fine. We're gonna talk to them after the exclamation point thing. Saying the bus will depart tomorrow. I'm not sure what to make of my new schedule, but I understand safety comes first. To at least get in touch with the hotel I'm staying at, so that's taken care of. And honestly, of all the places to make an impromptu stop, we could do far worse than this. I really come to like this town, what little time I spent here. Another day of farming done. I worked up a good sweat. Time to kick back with a cold one. You know, maybe not. Wife doesn't like me doing that too much. She scares the hell out of me when she's mad. Feel like I wouldn't be setting the right example for Annie either. Can't bear to think of her hating me. Makes me want to cry. The police just got done questioning me. Sounds like they're gonna go talk to Nathan next, based off what I told them. Yeesh, I was sweating bullets. That was my first time talking to the cops. It's only nervous if you're being respectful. First the bus accident, then the monsters, now we got a bicycle thief? Hard to recall a day like this out here. This is the kind of rush I'd expect from the city. Back in my bureau days, we always have new reports coming in. But out here, crime of any kind is rare. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this as soon as I can, so that it stays that way. Then you can go back to the donuts. So far we've had a great harvest. I think this year's festival will be plenty grand to go with it. And thanks to you, I have a special dish I can bring to the feast. I'm sure it'll be a festival to remember. If you're interested, you don't have to be a villager to enjoy the festival. If you have the time, we'd be happy to see you. You're the one guy here I enjoy, Garland. Don't mind him, something's been getting him all riled up lately. It's even worse before we got back to the village. I took a quick peek in the forest, and those monsters did seem kind of off, like they were scared or something. Never come across anything like this in all my years as a hunter. I'm gonna scout a wider area tomorrow just to make sure.
Okay.
Oh, you must be
coming.
travelers.
It's been some time since my husband passed on, but I'm still kicking some of the vegetables he used to grow with his old friends. Keeps him on my mind, the shop and these veggies, even if he's not with me anymore.
Why, hello.
No. So yeah, it's checked off, so we don't need to get that again. I'm good with none of those. So far I've been doing a lot of grunt work, mostly supply runs as of late. Really like to tackle bigger projects soon, like making my own machines from scratch or something. You're in the wrong place for that, lady. I just feel like I learned by doing, you know? There are certain skills you can only practice hands-on.
What do you need?
So yeah, the changes I am willing to make...
There you go. Thanks. What do you need?
Modify orbit, customize... There we go. Can I set them here, or...? Okay, for him I want breath, because I don't really use his stuff for anything else. Oh. He's supposed to have breath, not her. Okay, multiple people can have these. That's good to know. So yeah, Thalos. Yeah, I even noticed the double firebolt there. Still, I'm satisfied with how that one's set up.
There you go. Thanks.
Let's walk away before she knows. I'm not gonna make that joke.
Guess it's time I called it a day.
We want to be able to support our daughter wherever she goes, and I do agree with my husband. I hope she doesn't lose sight of the smaller things in her pursuit of a professional career. Me? I do the wheat milling here. Not a glamorous job, but it's nice working with people, you know what I mean? The village needs the work I do, and they're quick to let me know when I do a good job. Well, that shiny professional business is great and all, but I do hope Kinda can appreciate the little things, too.
Alrighty.
Okay, time for the green mark. Oh, I forgot the church. So I was curious if we could see who's whistling over here, but sitting on the bench, I can't make it out. Probably the green-haired dude. Some years ago, Lashkar fell from a tree and injured himself. The village known at the time came to his aid and helped nurse him back to health. Young me was touched by her sense of duty and compassion for others. I think that was what inspired me to walk the path I do. I wanted to grow up to be a kind and loving soul, a pillar of strength for the village. Sister Belicia's love for the village truly humbles me. There were many chapels that sought her skills, particularly in the Holy City, but she turned all of them down to serve in the village she loves. Okay, let's see what the brats are up to. Playing with crabs still? Where's the feline? It's okay, Annie. I know Lashkar'll find him. He's gotta. I know, Sounds like they got trouble on their hands. I feel for him, but we don't have the time to spare. We need to sort out our own business first. Let's see if we can help them after we're done.
Alrighty.
Oh? How long have you been standing there?
Not long. We're sorry if we disturbed you. We were just entranced by your song. I feel like I've heard that melody somewhere before. Yeah, your voice is so soothing. Are you like a master musician or something?
I'd hardly call myself a master, but your praise is most appreciated. I recognize you. You're the dashing heroes from Edith who saved us from those vicious wolves.
Oh, you were on that bus?
Indeed. I had a front row seat to the performance, and what a marvelous performance it was.
Melchior the Traveler.
By the by, my name is Melchior. I am but a humble traveling bohemian, a lone wanderer of the world whose only compass is his heart.
Just like Olivier.
My heart guided me to a bus at the Messeldom port, and it took me all the way through the capital before stopping here.
You traveled all the way here from Messeldom? That's quite the roundabout journey. I'm a teensy bit jealous, mister. Traveling the world sounds like loads of fun.
Alas, it does not put food on the table. I must stop for work on occasion to keep my howling stomach at bay. I do not have the luxury of purchasing first-class vehicles like yours. I envy you, my spiky-haired friend.
Thanks. I may have got her used, but she's been a great partner to me. Let's steer away from the topic of cars for a sec. Where have you been all day? We didn't see you when we made our rounds earlier. Did you go wandering off somewhere? Excellent guess. The hills outside the village piqued my interest, so I decided to take a quick hike over there. You took a quick hike all the way out there? Hope you didn't have any run-ins with monsters along the way. Not at all. I've been traveling for some time now, so I've acquired something of a sixth sense for danger. As a result, it was an uneventful trip in that regard. I did manage to see something truly wonderful, though. Let me guess, you saw the old stone ruins over there. Heard that a big statue was excavated in the area 20 years ago. Correct, it dates back to the ancient Zemurian civilization. In fact, it should be from the same age as the ruins in Nord. Though the statue here was a mere 10 arch tall, the one in Nord is much, much larger. Sadly, the church got their grimy little hands on it and it hasn't been seen since. It's such a pity. Tourists would have flocked to this village had it remained. Still, I doubt Creil has any trouble attracting tourists. I mean, just look at it. It's gorgeous. Not to change the subject, but I wanted to ask you something. Did you see anyone else when you were over by the hills? I can't say I did know. There were no other living beings in sight. Gotcha. Well, thanks anyway. Oh yeah, should mention that the bus isn't going to be leaving till tomorrow now. So the mayor will provide a roof over my head. How benevolent of him. Free is the best price, and I'm not about to object to his act of charity. Thank you for telling me. No prob, we'll be sticking around here too, so if you need anything, give us a holler. How lovely, I shall keep that in mind. This is the first time I met someone who calls themselves a bohemian. He's certainly an odd one, isn't he? He knows a good car when he sees one, so he's an alright guy in my book. I see it doesn't take much to get on your good side. Is something the matter, Fairy? Oh, it's nothing. I was just thinking. Is it just me, or do those hills look like the perfect spot to set up camp? I guess it's possible that Ida and her crew could be around there. But if they are, they're probably pretty far out. That guy would have spotted over by the hills otherwise. We can check the area out tomorrow morning. Sun's about to go down, so let's head back to the inn. Okay. Your hunch definitely sounds plausible. We can go over all the information we have once we're back in our room. Surely there's something that will point us in the right direction. Okay, let's see what the brats are up to. It'll be okay, Annie. I just know Lashkar will find him. He has to. Yeah, I know, What's wrong? Are you okay? Nero's gone missing. Who's Nero? Our kitty. He's gray and he has these huge round eyes. We went out for a walk, but he ran off somewhere and he hasn't come back. So he's back by now. I hope he didn't get into trouble. I can understand why you're worried. I hope he didn't stray too far. Makes sense that you want to roam around, but still, the outside ain't so safe anymore. You got any ideas where he might have gone? Well, today he was acting really funny. His hair was standing up on its own like he was scared of something. Couldn't get him to relax. He was really on edge. I don't know why, though. Man, I'm sorry, Annie. I should have listened to you and come back home sooner. It's okay, Kent. It's not your fault. I should have just brought him back inside. So, Kitty got spooked and ran off, is that right? It's interesting. Yeah, can you help us look for Nero, mister? Lashkar's looking too, but he could really use your help. I want to help them, Van, can we? Yeah, that's a problem. So notice the reward 0 Mira. I'm kidding. Gotcha. I'm a cynical bastard, but even I don't have the gall to refuse this one. Alright, we'll find him for you. Thank you so much. Thank you, nice people. Couldn't refuse this one, huh, Van? This ain't really our kind of job, but I guess I can file it under investigative work. The part about the cat acting weird stuck out to me. I agree, that struck me as odd. So where should we start looking? We should probably find the person who's already out there searching. Lashkar, right? Sorry, I don't know where Lashkar would be looking right now. Guess we gotta search for both, then. Okay, we'll look around places where we play a lot. Please be okay, Nero. Don't you worry, kiddo. I always make sure the job's done right.
Okay, time to get to work.
Cat gone astray. I sense something nearby. He does indeed appear on edge. We shouldn't risk getting close. We'd likely just spook him away. Be nice if we had a treat or something. Come on, here, kitty kitty. We're not gonna hurt you. Let's take you back to your owner, okay? Annie and Kent are worried sick about you. Shoot, he ran off. Seemed fine, just scared out of his mind. He's too wary of people right now, but maybe if we keep after him, he'll get accustomed to us. You're not gonna catch him that way. Oh, you Lashkar? We heard you were looking for Nero, too. Yeah, Annie filled me in. She said you guys were helping. That said, I know that cat a whole lot better than you do. Don't get mad if I bring him home instead, got it? Well, if anything, that would make me quite happy. Let's collaborate instead of compete, okay? Yeah, it ain't a competition. You got a plan for catching him? You bet I do. I've dealt with him a bunch of times, so I know all his tricks. Just gotta catch him soon, so Annie calm down. Right, good luck, guys. You got this. Nailed it. That sounded like a real bracer. I knew it. And he's gone. He's a bundle of energy, isn't he? And he seems to think aloud, too. Guess he aspires to be a bracer. Certainly has the dedication to be one. Wish him the best. Well, if he's actually got a plan, it'd be best just leave it to his own devices. For now, let's just tail him and see what he does. Not seeing anything. There's little scamp. Oh, you guys had the same idea? I'm impressed you kept up with me, and you're not even bracers. Look over there, Nero's up on that roof. Yeah, he likes to climb stuff when he's scared. I don't know what he's so scared of, but you must have startled him when you came up. I figured he probably went and climbed up a house again, and that led me right to him. How's that for detective work? Well, credit where it's due. You had a pretty good guess there. We wouldn't have known. Alright, I'll climb up on the roof then. What? No fair, I found him first. Don't you go hogging the glory, I can climb it too. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Really raring to go, huh? Alright, show us what you got. We'll be down here. Don't break a leg, okay? Sure, I'll get this done like a real bracer, just you watch. Lashkar received permission from the homeowner to scale their house. Whoa. Lashkar, are you okay? Don't push yourself. I'm fine, leave it to me. Come on, Nero, time to come home, okay? See, I've got your favorite toy here, and some catnip, too. I don't know what made you so scared, but you're safe now. Come here. Oh no, he was so close. If he'd come down, we'd have a shot at him. I almost had him. I thought this time it'd work for sure. Just can't get Nero to calm down. Am I still not cut out for this stuff? This ain't the first time you found him today. Yeah, I found him lots of times so far, but he just keeps running away. Normally he'd go right for his toy. That used to work every time. But he's just super aggressive today, and I don't know why. He has to be getting tired by now. We need to get him home before he puts himself in danger. Lashkar, we can't give up yet. Let's work together this time, okay? If we can all surround him, he won't have anywhere to run. I get it. What's that called, divide and conquer? Guess I just gotta suck it up and let you guys help. Okay, let's find him together. He just got spooked out of his high ground, so he knows that won't work anymore. Let's try searching the lower ground next. Right, makes sense. Let's split up and we can meet up wherever we find him. This time we'll catch him. It's not really divide and conquer, isn't it just surrounding him? Mob mentality? I could have really wowed Annie if I caught him myself. Guess I still have a long way to go before I can call myself a bracer. Over there, underneath the bench. Suspect numero uno. I'll go get him then. I see. Nero now has nowhere to run like this. But what now? Do we just move in slowly? Good question. I think it might be better if at least one of us hangs back to catch him. Lashkar, can you back us up? You bet I can. Just watch. Okay, we ready? Yep. Come on, Nero. It's past your bedtime. Let's get you back home where it's safe. Come here, right. You had one job, Lashkar. One freaking job. Hey, no, Nero. Well, we've done what we can. Now he's answered the call of the wild. Shoot, he's gone. No, what do we do now? He's going for the hills over there. What if he runs into monsters? No, 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 this is all my fault. Calm down, bud. Don't throw in the towel yet. As long as we can still find him, we can bring him back. And from the look of it, he's clever enough to keep himself out of trouble anyway. You're right. Just keep calm. We'll bring him back. We promise. Lashkar, I think it might be best if you take a break to cool down yourself. We'll handle the case from here, okay? Alright, be careful, okay? Always. See you soon. Right, let's make for the hills. We can't let the bugger get too far. Here we go, folks. Not seeing anything to smash. Here we go. And I have a phone call. Okay, I'm back and not really in a good mood.
Boost gauge fully replenished.
Look, on top of the cliff. How do you get all the way up there? That's the question of the century. It'd be bad news if we fell down from there. Why don't you two stay here? I've got this one. I'll be back in a flash with a cat in tow. No complaints here. We'll leave it to you. If anything, it'll be good to have two of us down here should the worst come to pass. One to catch the cat and one to catch her. Climbing this will be a breeze. There, there. Hope I didn't startle you, little buddy. You're not injured, are you? Glad to hear it. You've calmed down a bunch too, haven't you? Good kitty. Is everything alright up there, Fairy? Yep, Kitty's safe now. Cute little thing's actually behaving himself this time. Glad to hear it because that cute little thing sure gave us a lot of grief. We should head back to the village then. Lashkar and Annie must be worried sick. Thank you so much, everyone. I love Nero so much. I'm so glad he's safe. Don't make us worry like that again, you twerp. He does look like he's calmed down now. Not sure what's got him so anxious in the first place. You two should keep an eye on him in case it happens again. It's good we were around to help this time. If he gets on edge like that again, find an adult to help out, yeah? Okay. Right, I got this for you as thanks. It's not much, but here you go. Black cat ears and black cat tail. Wow, thanks. And this is for you, Lashkar. I made this little charm a while ago myself. I meant to give it to you, but I never had the chance, until now. A handmade charm for me? I can't, sorry. It's my fault that Nero got put in danger. I don't deserve a reward for what I did, I just don't. Well, no, you helped find him. I'm really glad you did that for me. And you always help me when I need it, Lashkar. Just please accept it. I'm really happy that you're my friend. Well, alright, thank you. What's the symbol on it? Is that the Bracer Guild emblem? You always say you want to be a bracer when you grow up. I think you'll be a great bracer, Lashkar. You're really nice and you always give it your best shot. I'll always be there to cheer you on, so I hope you'll become a great bracer, so you can help me whenever I need it. Yeah, I'll be a good bracer, just you watch. Aw, your face is red as a tomato. Good for you, Lashkar. That's really charming. Best of luck on your journey, Lashkar. Man, it's like this place came right out of a storybook. Nothing wrong with that, though. What? Hey, don't look at me like that. But, thank you. I really owe you for the help. Thanks a bunch. I won't forget what you did.
That takes care of that.
Nero, I'm so glad you're safe. But when did you get so muddy? I'm gonna have to give you a good bath. Sounds good. I'll keep an eye on Kent while you clean him. Hey, Kent, you up for some late-night hide-and-seek? You bet. I won't lose this time. Thanks, Lashkar. And that's a repeat. And I'm gonna have to take a break right away again because I need something to drink.
Looks like another good harvest this year.
So yeah, right back. Okay, got something to drink for some talking now. I think we got enough info at this point. I'm sure we could dig up some more, but we can call it here if we want. September 7th, 6:20 p.m. So to recap, Ida's unit stayed at this inn 10 days ago. Then they left the next day, and everyone except Ida hasn't been back since. But Ida herself has been spotted a couple of times now, last sighting being 2 days ago. What's more, she's only been seen at night. Yeah, that about covers what we know. Guess it's possible that she's working separately from the rest of her unit. But why would she do that? I just can't make heads or tails of it. Me neither. We sometimes split up during ops, but it's generally not a good call. Though even if she did put her unit on standby, why would she send herself out on the field? Why not a scout? No matter how you slice it, a Jaeger commander doing basic reconnaissance is weird as hell. And speaking of weird crap, what was with all the junk she was buying? You mean her bulk order of wiring? Yeah, that was certainly strange. And the mysteries don't end there. We now know that they haven't come back for food since they left. Yeah, no one saw Ida get grub either. Not to mention, something was really off about those wolves. They were acting real funny in both fights, especially the second one. Couldn't know I wasn't the only one who thought that. They looked like they were in a daze. No, scratch it. They looked downright petrified. I'm thinking they were driven by fear. You may be onto something there. But what exactly have they been so fearful of? That's the question, isn't it? They could just be scared of some other tough monsters, but maybe there are some more sinister forces at work here. Whatever the answer is, I'm more convinced than ever that Ida's unit is somewhere near Creil. There are so many good spots for setting up camp around here. Yeah, like the hills from earlier, the forest on the other side of the buckwheat fields. There's also a place further upstream. Still doesn't answer the question of how they're getting food, though. Can't picture them strolling up to a farm and stealing crops. Heck no, they would never stoop so low. It'd be much easier for them to just buy the food from the village. It's not as though they're wanting for Mira, right? Yeah, the cost for food is chump change compared to weapons and ammo. And they don't gotta break the bank to afford a 10-day stay here either. That's why I'm thinking there's gotta be something more to this. Some answer that's staring us in the face. Something that forced a flock of top-ranking Jaegers from their nest into hiding for 10 days straight. And something that make the commander come to the village at night all by herself. Feels like we're so close to solving this mystery, but we're still missing the critical pieces to this puzzle. And we can't crack the case without them. Which means we gotta do some more. Dinner must... Get away from the door. What?
Sharp as always, Arkwright. And I can tell one of your companions is quick on the uptake.
Who's that? You gotta be shitting me. The hell are you doing here?
Good to see you, too.
I don't know if you guys remember Walter or not.
Nice job fixing up that truck of yours. It looks brand spanking new.
Yeah, no thanks to you, you prick. Walter the Direwolf. I think he's enforcer number 8.
Hey there, girlies. The name's Walter. My good old pal Arkwright and I go way back. He helped me out with a job once.
It's a pleasure to meet you, then. My name is Agnes, and I'm his... Keep away from him, Agnes. Fairy?
Well, this is a surprise. Never thought I'd run into a Kruger kid here. You ain't got much muscle to flex, but your eyes are sharp as a hawk's. But I take back what I said about you being quick on the uptake. If you think you can come at me with a toy gun, then you're in for a world of hurt.
Who is he? Quit scaring the girls, Direwolf. That's my client you're threatening. And for the record, this is our room. You can't just barge in and act like you own the place. I'm only going to ask you this one last time. What the hell are you doing here? Oh, I'm just here on a little business trip. I arrived in the village just a moment ago. And imagine my surprise when I see a familiar truck at the entrance. I figured I'd swing by and say hello. I still owe you an apology, so I thought I'd smooth things over and ask you to take on another... Let me stop you right there. I am never taking a job from you again. Frankly, I don't give two shits about what brought you here. Now get the hell out of our room. Damn, Arkwright, why you gotta be like that? I thought you took jobs from anyone, so why are you giving me the cold shoulder? 'Cause you're an asshole. Oh, and you can forget about that apology. I got my replacement, so we're square. But being square and going back to square one ain't the same thing. You not only burned this bridge, you demolished it. Literally. Pups like you are a rare breed. I think I'll keep hounding you until you change your mind, or until I wear you down, whichever comes first. Oh, and as for what I came here for, I'm looking for a wild mutt who's been let off his leash. A guy with mint green hair. Ring any bells? I'll take that silence as a yes. So he's in the village then. I won't confirm or deny. I'm curious though. Why are you after him? Oh, we're just playing a little game of hide and seek, that's all. I'm not in any rush though. I think I'll chill here for tonight. I'll stay out of your hair, but remember, I'm always happy to lend a helping hand. Just throwing it out there. Get out. Phew. Fairy, are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine. That was just really intense. Who was that guy, Van? He was terrifying. You're, better off not knowing, and that goes double for you, Agnes. I'm guessing he's another person from the criminal underworld. In a way, yeah. He's got the bite to back up his bark, so steer clear of him. I don't envy that self-proclaimed bohemian. He must be in some deep shit if he's the direwolf's next prey. If that guy knows what's good for him, he'll drop everything and run for the hills. I'd probably turn tail if I was in his shoes. I'm staying far away from that bloodthirsty bloodhound. Ditto. I'm beginning to wonder if that guy really is a bohemian. Alright, it's almost 7, which means dinner should be ready by now. Food ought to help us take our mind off that jackass. He's probably drinking himself under the table as we speak, but we can just ignore him. I'll treat you all to some ice cream galettes with a caramel sauce. A deserted day keeps the bastards at bay. I believe Walter is playable here, by the way. In the game, I mean. I don't know about right now. Ah, they even have him at the background. That's cool. September 7th, 8:02 p.m. The food was wonderful, but I think I would have enjoyed it more if I wasn't so uneasy. I just zeroed in on my food and put everything else out of my mind. Which is probably not something a Kruger warrior should be bragging about. Well, I'm sure the chef would be thrilled that you enjoyed their cooking so much. Nothing wrong with getting the most out of your meals. Eating good food is one of life's finest pleasures. Those galettes were out of this world. Anyway, now that we've all calmed down, we should get back to business. So we know that Ida's shown up at night multiple times. This is a prime opportunity to ask people about that. Heck, if we're lucky, we might run into the woman herself. That'd be great. I imagine most people here have gone home, but there's sure to be a few who are out and about. Both the residents and the visitors might have some useful information for us. We're just now hitting peak hours despite all the commotion earlier in the day. Those passengers don't hold a candle to the usual suspects we get in the evening. It's kind of funny. Dad heaps praise at me for holding down the fort when it's busy, but he doesn't bat an eye at how well I handle the rowdier regulars. I don't know if he just expects it out of me or if he's easier on them because they're all his age. Well, you're the last person I thought I'd bump into on my little errand run. Don't tell me you're still hung up over that now. You never change, do you? Shut your filthy mouth. You laid hands on my baby girl and you chucked her like she was a damn chew toy. Why am I even trying to lecture you anyway? You wouldn't get it. All you do is break shit. Oh, one twist your panties already. Besides, I'm pretty sure you got a glimpse of my own prized possession earlier. Now tell me, would such a terrible person take such good care of it, Don't think for a second that you're some saint now. You'll never know what that truck meant to me. I help serve meals over at the village hall. It's a relief to see them adjusting well and settling in spite of everything. Can't help but feel like we were missing somebody, though. Somebody big. Maybe it's just my mind playing tricks on me. I like to think I'm well-traveled, but out here I'm picking up on a lot of things I never gave much thought in the city. The farmers swear by fresh produce. They say it does wonders for your health. I then met an older man who could use that advice, or some supplements. It's interesting to hear their takes on healthy living. Perhaps this is what the bartender meant by making connections. My children are really proud of their home, my daughter most of all. She wears the cloth well for certain, but brings a tear to the old man's eye. Now my son, call it conjecture, but I see the stars in his future. Annie's a shrinking violet, I tell you, but she really puts a smile on my face. My wife gave me a hard time the other day, and you know what Annie did? She stepped up to bat for me. That was the happiest I felt all year. Love her to death, the kid. I'm grateful to the villagers for welcoming us for the night. It's incredibly kind of them. I live in Altair, and I visit Crossville quite often, but this village has a certain charm I've never experienced before. It's nothing like the hustle and bustle of the city. I feel at ease here. I'm looking forward to Rimafuria, but I'm kind of glad we ended up stopping here. That's not a good sign. What'd you do to the mutt? I remember hearing the story about a hunter who took down some freakish monstrosity out east. Sounds overblown, though. Probably just an urban legend. Reminds me of the stories I used to read as a kid. Those really got my young heart racing. Since my bike got stolen, I wasn't able to go fishing this afternoon. But you know, I got to experience a lot of things you just can't find back in the city. I found some good spots here, too. I don't mind the time I spent one bit. Maybe I'll come back with friends sometime. Ah.
Oh no. Don't tell me.
Is that an Orbital bike?
So that's Walter's pride and joy, huh? Now, Kent, give him some space, okay? Lashkar's really come into his own. I see a dependable young man in his future. He's been talking about how he wants to be a bracer when he grows up. I bet he'd get along well with Annie. She's a smart cookie herself. He wants to play too. Alright, I'll play with you for a bit, but don't make any worry like that again, okay? Lashkar wanted to play too, but Mommy said not right now. I don't get it. Can we play with him tomorrow then? Yeah, we'll hit up that one last. He's really grabbed my attention. I feel like if I take my eyes off him, he'll vanish into thin air. You don't see many mysterious types like him around this village. He's very intriguing. The capital and its townsfolk are just full of suspense. Thank you so much for helping me find Nero, Lashkar. No problem, I mean, of course. It's all in a day's work for a bracer trainee. I'm just glad Nero's okay. I don't like seeing you sad. It makes me sad, too. Thanks, Lashkar. I know you'll be a bracer someday. You're so kind and strong. Wow, thanks. Now I want to be a bracer even more. Just wanted to ask, do you want to maybe go to the capital sometime? Together, I mean? I just want to see the main guild branch there. You can tag along and we can, tour around. Well, if you'd let me, then yeah. I bet it'll be really fun seeing the capital together. What can I get you? We're closing soon, just a heads up. Honestly, I'd really rather my grandpa close the shop earlier in the day. But he's a stubborn old codger. It's his way or the highway, and his way is we're open late. My grandson's always telling me that I shouldn't stay open so late. Sometimes you get good customers at night, like that beauty who stopped by just a bit ago. Besides, I can still run the shop, so what's the harm in running it late? Ain't no one gonna tell Falcon how to run his shop, no sir. Interesting name, I never noticed. I was just talking with the officer about what we should do. No one was at fault for the accident, but nonetheless, the passengers' itineraries have been disrupted. Ideally, I'd like to get back on the road and get them through customs by noon tomorrow. We're finally making some progress here, now that it's looking like the bus will be back on this road tomorrow. But we're not out of the woods yet. The night is plenty dangerous, and we're not in great shape here as is. The monsters, though, I think we'll have a bracer down here soon to handle those. Oh, can't use the phone to call someone who cares. You caught me just as I was closing. Is there something you need? You can be my last customer for the day. I'm willing to bet most city shops would just boot you out. They're all business, no personality, aren't they? Anything new or no?
Why, hello. Thank you.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm cool going in now. Welcome back. Hey boss, these guys wanted to ask you some questions. Have you got a minute? Yeah, I remember seeing you around earlier. Sorry for blowing you off. Had to hammer out repairs on the bus. Oh, not a problem. I'm sure the passengers are much more relieved now. Your apprentice was a big help too. Yep, I handled their every need while you were away, no sweat. That reminds me, they had one specific question. I remember seeing you talk to that Jaeger lady the other day before you lent her our truck. What was she doing with it? Oh, her, right. She bought a whole ton of gas as it happened. Well, she bought every last drop I had of the stuff. Just had it lying around as a solvent before she snatched it up. Not something you buy in bulk nowadays, but I'm not poking that hornet's nest. Ain't my business. Gas, you mean the stuff that old combustion engines ran on? I guess a Jaeger might have their uses for it. You never know. I don't know why Ida would be using those old kinds of machines. And whatever she's doing with it, why would she pick it up now of all times? Right, you think this would be a low priority for her right now? Just what could she be using it for? I can think of a couple things off the top of my head, but we don't have enough info to make any kind of educated guess. We gotta piece together the big picture first. What that Jaeger needs so much gas for, Adios only knows. Maybe her group got caught up in something. She looked pretty grim back there, thinking about it. Either way, you watch out if you decide to poke your nose in there, you hear? We'll help out however we can if you need it. So I wonder if they distinguish between gas and petroleum in Japanese, because gas is a very loose term in English. A lot of people use petrol or petroleum for that reason. So that Jaeger was looking for gas, huh? Beats me why she'd lug all the way out here for gas. But I guess she had her reasons. You guys are looking for her, I take it? I'll help however I can. So I kind of want to think of incendiary devices or Molotov cocktails. Raji's a real worrywart sometimes. Personally, I think we should trust Kaina's judgment. Our little girl's growing up. If she wants to leave the nest already, that's her choice. I think going out and seeing what the world has to offer will do wonders for her. I'm sure Goddard knows the stuff, but I just don't know about Kaina going out shopping so much. I get it. Real-world experience is important and all, but she's my one and only girl. I can't help but worry, you know? Starting to hiccup again. My little brother Lashkar. He wants to be a bracer when he grows up. Makes me proud as his sister that he wants to help people like that. I joined the faith for similar reasons myself. It feels gratifying to be a source of strength and goodwill for the village. He shares that passion with me. It makes me happy to have him as my brother. Today was not your ordinary day. I'm just relieved that Mayor Wang was able to smooth things over with the passengers. By the time I thought about lending out some of the chapel's rooms, he'd already arranged things with the meeting hall instead. He's still sharp as ever. I mean, those pews could hold quite a few people. You could pretend it's a conclave or something. Can't jump down or anything. Okay, that's the couple. I think we've done the whole circuit, so... This is quite concerning. Agreed. Should we contact the guild? Did something else happen? Good to see you again. As you might have heard, we've lent the meeting hall to the stranded passengers for the night. I went to check on them just now, and we can't find one of the passengers. From the other passenger's description, it was a man with a very elaborate get-up and striking appearance. We looked at the inn, and he didn't check into a room there either. He may very well be in danger if he stayed outside the village. Man, could that be? Fits the bill, self-proclaimed bohemian that a certain jackass was after. And he left the village earlier too, didn't he? Maybe he realized he was being followed, or maybe... We got our own business to take care of, but we'll keep an eye out for him. Should we just tell the local officer if we find him? Yes, that would be much appreciated. I do apologize for having embroiled you in all of this. With all the traffic lately, I knew trouble would come trundling in eventually, but not this much all at once. Everyone's understandably worried, seeing as the culprit's still at large. Now, where could they have gone off to? With more traffic between the big cities, we might need to expect more visitors in our future, and potentially more trouble. We need to figure out how to prepare for that. The way we are, we'll be overwhelmed if we get more big days like this. How we prepare for the future will be most important, both in this context and in general. Problem is, if you build something new, you need people to take care of it. And I don't really know if they have bodies for that, you know? Are we going to sabotage the bike? Wow, that's one cool looking machine. Is it a vehicle? Yes, this is called an orbital bike. It's kind of like a bicycle that's powered by orbital energy. Surprised you knew that much. They first became a thing in the Empire 3 years ago, but Vern has been looking into the idea around then too. A year after that, the 4 big manufacturers here start flooding the market with them. This bad boy is Red Star's largest bike, and it's fast as hell. Top speed is 23,000 selge an hour. I'm gonna go on a limb and guess this thing belongs to the Direwolf. I think you're right on the money. You'd have to be pretty tall to ride it. This model just hit the market, so it probably had a hefty price tag. Definitely heftier than my trucks. Figures that a filthy enforcer would be rolling in Mira. It's just not fair. He doesn't deserve a sweet ride after what he did to my ride. And you probably hear someone else's ride in the background. I feel like I'm missing something. What exactly happened between you two? I'm glad you asked. Let me give you the full rundown. It all started 2.5 years ago. Wait. Can you just give us a short version, please? Nope. I'm not skipping on any details, so buckle up. A while back, I got a request from the Direwolf. He runs with a dangerous crowd, so I was hesitant to take it on at first. But the job sounded simple enough, and there was someone in need of help. Figured it couldn't hurt to back him up. The two of us drove someplace and beat the shit out of some scumbags. Then, just when I thought it was all over, they brought out the big guns, a giant airbonian weapon. It was a 7-arch tall humanoid robot that the Empire's nobles used in a war several years back. I imagine they got it off the black market. I knew immediately that it was way out of our league. I told the Direwolf we should fall back, but he had another bright idea. That freaking bastard threw my truck at the robot. The attack did the job, of course. He was able to finish it off barehanded after that. Too bad it came at the expense of my poor baby. He turned her into a pile of scrap metal. I'm sorry for your loss? But we rode here in it just this morning. I'm guessing you had it fixed at some point. What? Hell no. You can't fix a car that's been chucked at a giant robot. He gave me this one in a vain attempt to extend an olive branch. It's the same model as my old one. The cheap asshole bought it used, but it was in decent enough condition, I guess. Buying accepting his apology, I poured my heart, soul, and hard-earned mirror into decking my old partner out with custom parts. I had to do it all over again, and that took me 2 years. 2 years! That's why I'm holding on to this grudge until I'm 6 Arg under. Was that a car horn? The hell? Who'd honk their horn in the middle of the night? That's a strange-looking vehicle. It's an off-roader from Leno's Range. Leno's Range? I don't know if that's pronounced. They're good for driving on rough terrain. Well, just assume that place is named in honor of Jay Leno. But that emblem is... the Bracer Guild.
That was a longer drive than I expected. Oh, and that looks like the bus. Guess they finished the repair job. I should speak with the driver and the authorities so I can get up to speed on what's been happening. Damn, is that an Ingert pickup truck? Someone's got good taste.
Holy crap! Am I really seeing Red Star's monster machine in the flesh?
Man, that other Etwas bike is pretty cool too. This thing is a work of art.
I don't know
I
what...
wouldn't give to get my hands on one of these.
I don't know what Etwas is. I'm thinking like Edith, but I don't know what the rest would be. Someone's a fan, huh?
Whoa! Where'd you come from? Don't scare me like that.
Were you all passengers on this bus? I'm from the Bracer Guild, and I have some questions. Oh no, not you.
Hey, a lot of people greet me the exact same way, so I can sympathize. Oh yeah, I remember you. You're the guy who was with Jin and Elaine yesterday. I heard you took a train out of town for business. Guess you wrapped that up early. Were you asked to come here afterwards? No rest for the weary, huh?
Ah, well, it's all part of the job. Everyone else's hands are tied, so I decided to come.
Wait, that's not important.
My name is Alvis. I'm a C-rank bracer. There's no need to introduce yourself, Van Arkride. I'm well aware of you and your profession. Instead, why don't you explain what you're doing here, hmm?
Classified. If you want that info, you gotta join the Arkride Solutions crew. You should be glad we were in the area, though, since we saved that bus and everyone on it. What? You did? Wait, no, I remember hearing that. I also heard you demanded compensation for it. What kind of man seeks to profit off those in peril? No bracer would ever dream of doing such a thing. Not only that, but you have the gall to charge higher rates than us? Have you no shame? Not really. At least try to come up with an explanation for your actions. Excuse me, may I interject for a moment? I initially had reservations about his handling of the bus incident as well. However, I've come to the conclusion that Van's price is perfectly reasonable given the risk involved. Also, I would like clarification on one of your points. Why should he be expected to behave like a bracer when he isn't one? Well, furthermore, the guild receives financial aid from the Epstein Foundation. Unlike you, Van doesn't have that privilege. So it only makes sense that he would charge a little more than you. He has to make ends meet too, you know? I truly admire the guild's ideals, and that's precisely why I'm disappointed to see you chastise one of the people you're sworn to protect and serve. Oh. Got him. First Elaine stuck up for this no-good punk, now this girl's doing the same. Why? He must brainwash them all. That's the only explanation. Okay, I'll admit I was a bit out of line. And you have my thanks for saving the bus. But I suggest you back off from here, Spriggan. The Bracer Guild's on the case now, so your presence is no longer required. We'll have this monster mystery squared away in no time flat, so if you can mosey on over to the sidelines, that'd be swell. Wow, rude much? I've never met a hot-headed bracer before. All the ones I've run into back home were pretty chill. I didn't realize the guild had branches in the Central East. Wouldn't be living up to their ideals if they didn't. He ain't exactly mature, but he's gotta be at least a little strong if he made it to C rank. Might be able to make use of him later. Van, you do realize you're sounding like a villain, right? Wonder where he ran off to. Probably the police station. We can make our way over there later.
Okay, I think we've got enough info at this point.
Great. Then let's go back to the inn and go over what we learned.
Close.
Sounds good to me.
These attacks are pretty rare from what I understand, but if we start to see more of these, I might ask the guild about fielding some more patrols out there. Don't worry about what that bracer says. I'll make sure the company pays you for your help. If you add up all the different expenses, I guess combat really can cost a lot of money. Oh yeah, it is really pricey, man. Used to be that we'd see Beauty's Blade or the Immovable around these parts, but I never heard of this guy. He's supposed to be a C rank? Ouch. We'll leave him out there to cool off from that burn. Well, we managed to gather a lot of information in record time. Yeah. I think we can just ignore that bracer for now. Though I'm surprised we never ran into that mint-haired guy. Then there's the story we heard at the factory. The one about the gasoline, right? Yeah. That liquid was once a common fuel source for machines, but now it's mainly used as a solvent or for starting fires. Our clan keeps some in storage for certain weapons, too. I heard you can find the substances made from them in the Central East. But why would Ida need something like that? Could ask the same thing about the wires. There you are. Hey, what's up? You know that woman you were asking about earlier? Well, she just dropped by the inn. Wait, what? Ida came here for real? She asked me to do something for her and then darted off before I could mention you were looking for her. She left 3 letters with me. One of them is addressed to an Eisenschild, and I did look it up, that's Iron Shield. Another's to the guild branch in the capital, and the last one is to a Kruga. And that's not in Calvert, right? She left me some money to mail them out, but when I opened the envelope, there was 10,000 Mira inside. I don't need this much to send a few letters. That's why I ran out after her. Also, she looked dreadfully pale. If it's not too much to ask, could you go look for her? Ida! Hey, wait up, kiddo. We're going after her. Right, we'll take care of this, so don't worry. Now that's a face I didn't expect to see. Not here, anyway. She must be in dire straits if she didn't notice me. Ida, where are you? Cool your jets, Fairy. She couldn't have gone that far. Let's head to one of the exits and see if we can find her. Understood. If she really is unwell, we should hurry.